The last and one of the largest sim updates that we have seen for a while when it comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 for this year has finally been released. Sim Update 15 comes packed with updates and new features. We'll take a look at all the highlights, including all of this week's big announcements and release news. So let's jump straight into the video. Kicking off this week's previews and announcements, the PMDG's 777 manual was leaked on the internet this week. The manual provides some insight into some new features that we'll see with the PMDG's 777-300ER when it releases, and also the other 777 lineup. Apart from a bunch of new screenshots that have surfaced about the aircraft, we have learnt that the EFB tablet can be moved in different places. There will be new airframe options to suit various configurations found around the world. Failures will be modeled accurately along with random ones based on how well you service the aircraft. The Microsoft Flight Simulator default weather radar is supported. It may not accurately depict the weather radar, but it does serve some sort of purpose. Brakes will be visible when it comes to wear and tear during the walkarounds, and you can even check the state of how dirty they are. We will see engine wobble and wing flex when it comes to the 777 lineup. PMDG did mention that this leak wasn't intentional, and there is no detail from PMDG when we'll see the 777 release, but hopefully it's not too far away. The San Francisco International Airport is really heating up this week in the simulator, followed by the release of the BM Worlds and the AM Sims version of the airport. Flightbeam shared some new preview shots of the in-development KFSO. Flightbeam mentions that competition is great and it helps to highlight just how much of a massive effort goes into their own Flightbeam products. Flightbeam did confirm there is no scheduled changes that have happened due to the BM Worlds and AM Sims version that's been released. There's been no shortcuts that have been taken, and no under construction signs will be found on their version of the airport. Flightbeam shared two new screenshots to demonstrate their level of detail that their team's striving for when it comes to their version of KFSO. There's no confirmed release date just yet, but we are expecting the release of Flightbeam's version of San Francisco International Airport to be sometime in June. Developers BravoAirspaces announced this week their 787-800 will be arriving in the InSim marketplace soon. The team confirmed their version of the 787-800 will be available for both Xbox and PC. The Boeing 787-800 is a custom rendition of the aircraft, but it will require you to own your own premium deluxe version of Microsoft Flight Simulator in order to use the BravoAirspaces version. BravoAirspaces confirmed that the 787 will both include GE and Rolls-Royce engines with custom sound effects for both types of engines that have been added. The flight dynamics are custom and will simulate a 787-800. There will be a cabin for you to walk around and explore, which has been modeled. BravoAirspaces hinted that the 787-800 would come in the next InSim marketplace update, and they were hoping it would be sometime this week. Toga that subscribe button like an airliner taking off and help us reach that next 100k nav point. We are really enjoying bringing you a weekly flight sim content and looking forward to bringing you more big updates each and every week. Bosh that button, you know what to do with it, and thank you very much for your support. Aerosoft is ramping up its community engagement with a new video showcasing some of the developers' plans to get closer to the community. Aerosoft introduced its new community manager and plans to showcase its products on upcoming live streams over on the Twitch platform. During the video, Aerosoft did tease some new video footage of its Airbus A330 along with the Frankfurt Airport project. Rafi is the new community manager over at Aerosoft and mentioned that the Frankfurt Airport development is in its advanced stages, and hopefully we'll see that one sometime soon. And it's great to see that Aerosoft is putting some effort when it comes to engaging the community, because it has looked a little bit rocky from the community side of things when it comes to Aerosoft in the last few months. Taxiing over to this week's release news, Inibuilds have released the A320neo version 2 enhancement pack this week. With this week's Sim Update 15 release, a brand new Airbus A320neo version 2 was released, and it's been developed by Inibuilds, as we know. The new version of the airliner is absolutely free for the community, and it's part of Sim Update 15. The airliner was designed for both Xbox and PC, but to ensure that Xbox simmers will have the optimum experience, there were some areas that had to be considered and not included. And on the other hand, Inibuilds wanted the PC simmers to get the full experience, who have the extra power when it comes to PC. That being said, the team released the A320neo enhancement package through the InSim marketplace. The enhancement package includes 4K exterior and interior textures, a model of the passenger cabin, 8 liveries, and it's all been added at no extra cost. The A320neo in general is a much more detailed aircraft than the original Sobo version, with realistic flight dynamics, detailed 3D modeling, ground spoilers, animations, and extra detail, wing wobble, and engine wobble. New realistic sounds have been included, also a modeled fly-by-wire system and accurate ground handling. The Microsoft and the Inibuilds team released a aircraft discovery series video showcasing all of what the Neo has to offer. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can go and check it out. And you can pick up your copy of the A320neo enhancement pack for PC from Inibuilds free over on the InSim marketplace. FlightSim.com releases its all-new affordable force feedback yoke and flight console systems this week. This new control manufacturer launched its CLS60, its CLS120 force feedback yokes, as well as its FC50 and FC100 single and multi-engine flight consoles. The aim of the FlightSim.com team is to provide the world's first modular force feedback yokes designed for flight simulation that is at an affordable price for the consumer. The team mentions that the price breakthrough is made possible through relentless supply chain refinements and meticulous engineering. The CL60 has a maximum pitch force of 60 newtons and a maximum roll force of 4 newtons, and also has a roll travel of 90 plus degrees. The yoke itself comes with a 1 electronic TrueMat switch, 3 button switches, and 1 8 directional switch. It also comes with custom software to take advantage of the sim effects for both P3D, X-Plane, and Microsoft Flight Simulator, with effects such as yoke physics, engine vibration, ground roll, turbulence, stall warning simulations. I'll leave a link in the description below if you'd like to check out the FlightSim.com launch page. And we were also lucky on the Oz Flight Sim channel to receive a prototype version of the CL60, and I'll leave a link in the description below if you'd like to check out our review video of that as well. Fly Tampa this week released Humberside Airport. The team have been keeping this development under their lid, and it just seemed to pop out of the blue. Humberside Airport is located in the North Lincolnshire area of England, and in 2022 just had under 100,000 passengers through its gates, and in early 2000s up to 500k passengers. The deduction is due to competition of airports being a short distance away, such as Leeds, Bradford, and also East Midlands. The airlines you'll find visiting here is KLM all year round, while you'll have BH Air, Eastern Airways, and TUI Airways that will visit the airport on seasonal routes. Fly Tampa's version of the airport includes high-res textures, terminal internals, animated passengers, GSX profiles, a 2023 version of the airport, and you can pick up your copy of Humberside's Airport from Fly Tampa at the Control Store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Apex Gaming PCs and the Oz Flight Simmer channel have partnered up to create a range of gaming flight simmer PCs tailored to flight simulation pilots in mind. The private pilot and the commercial pilot range has been designed to provide a great frame rates if you are on a budget, or if you're an experienced simmer and want to take your simming to the next level. You can even customize to suit your virtual pilot needs. Links in the description below if you want to check out the new range of Oz Flight Simmer PCs, the private pilot and the commercial pilot. Taking off for this week's Sim Update news after many delays and beta versions. Sim Update 15, the last Sim Update for the current Sim for this current year, has finally been released. This update comes with over 200 bug fixes and a bunch of additional features and performance improvements. Some of the highlighted features and updates included with Sim Update 15 are aircraft fixes to some of the Game of the Year aircraft, ATC improvements, glass cockpit performance improvements, ice water improvements, improvements, a new memory allocation system, tender rotor support, custom support for new controls such as the Yorman, the Yoko Neo from Virtual Fly, and the Turtle Beach flight deck. Upgraded ground handling physics which have been updated for the Cessna 172 and also the Cabri G2, but now is available for third-party developers to take advantage of that. There's been a bunch of WASM updates which have also been taken effect when it comes to the A300 from Inibuilds. There's been updates to the Garmin G3X Touch, and these are only some of the improvements that we have mentioned. If you want to see the whole entire update, I'll leave a link of the change log in the description below. It's a pretty big one and there's a lot to go through. The next SIM update, which will be SIM update number 16, has been delayed to sometime at the first part of 2025 after the new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is released. The team plans to introduce and backport some of the features that we'll find in the new SIM of 2024 that will be compatible to the old game engine found in the current SIM. We'll see when it comes to SIM update 16. Next week, we are still expecting to see a release of the next city update, which will be a number 7, and that one is Europe Cities number 2, and also the local legend number 16, which will be the short Skyvan. These are still on schedule to release on the 28th of May. This week in the InSim Marketplace backlog list for new products, we've seen an increase of 119 new products when it comes to week on week, with a total of 382 products this week. Aircrafts are up by 1, missions are up by 60. We've certainly seen a large influx in this area in the last couple of weeks by couple of developers only. Sceneries are up by 3, liveries are up by 16, airports are up by 56, and others are up by 4. This week on the InSim Marketplace again, we were treated to a double release week. Monday we saw a release which was 3 products. 2 of these were scenery packs and 1 of these were airports. The 2 scenery packs were available for PC only, and the airport was released for both PC and Xbox. Might be worth the Microsoft teams to complete the first InSim Marketplace release for the week on a Tuesday rather than Monday. That way they have a little bit more content to release than just 3 products. Friday's releases, we saw 58 new products, 30 of these are on PC, 28 of these are on Xbox. 2 aircraft, 1 which was the BravoAirspaces Boeing 787-800, which we mentioned in the announcements part of the video, now has released. The team mentioned that they have their first update hopefully out in the next week, and so far the 787 has been received very well in the community. The other aircraft release was the Pilot's Jas 7, which is now available for Xbox. The other remaining releases are made up of 9 mission packs, 3 night lighting packs, and 15 airports. Thank you for getting this far in the video. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the long-awaited Sim Update 15 and also the Airbus A320 Neo from Inibuilds. While you're still here, subscribe and hit that alert bell so you're notified when our next video release or our next stream goes live. Thank you very much for your support, and we'll see you on another video sometime really soon.